Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has called for an end to bickering over language issues. Meanwhile, Muhyiddin was asked about UMNO's grand collaboration. Stay tuned for his response and more on KiniNews. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has called on Malaysians to move past the prolonged disputes over language issues and instead focus on building a more competitive and united future for the nation's children. He said the government's multilingual education policy is not meant to undermine the status of Bahasa Malaysia as the national and official language, but to promote national unity and ensure all students have equal opportunities to master multiple languages. Anwar added that multilingual proficiency is a valuable asset in addressing global challenges and boosting the competitiveness of future generations without eroding the country's national identity.
Kita tak mau lagi pertelingkahan antara kaum yang tidak berkesudahan soal bahasa. Padahal SJKC penting kalau saya tanya. Apa keutamaan kita? Keutamaan kita ialah untuk meningkatkan mutu pendidikan anak kita. Supaya anak-anak lulusan Perting Bentong ini juga dapat naik kedudukan mereka. Bersaing bukan saja dalam negara, di rantau ASEAN dan di dunia. Jadi ini cita-cita kita. Jadi bahasanya, sains dan matematiknya, AI-nya harus dikuasai sejak di bangku sekolah rendah lagi.
Anwar also said that efforts to improve education quality should be seen as a national agenda that transcends ethnic differences, with all parties focusing on school improvements, teacher training, and the provision of adequate facilities. He stressed that differences of opinion regarding education can be discussed maturely, but the main focus should not stray from the goal of making education a unifying tool and a driver of national progress. Former Army Chief Hafizuddeain Jantan and one of his wives pleaded not guilty in two separate sessions courts this morning to money laundering charges involving more than 2 million ringgit in funds. Hafizuddeain was charged with 4 counts of money laundering for receiving a total of 2.1 million ringgit deposited into his Maybank and Bank Muamalat accounts on 4 separate occasions in 2024 and 2025. He was charged under Section 4(1)(b) Anti-Money Laundering, Anti-Terrorism Financing, and Proceeds of Unlawful Activities Act 2001. It carries a maximum 15 years jail and a fine of at least 5 times the value of the proceeds or 5 million ringgit, whichever is higher upon conviction. Judge Azura Alwi granted Hafizuddeain 250,000 ringgit bail with 2 sureties and ordered him to report to MACC's office once a month, as well as to surrender his passport to the court until the case is disposed of. Meanwhile, in a separate sessions court, Hafizuddeain's third wife, Salwani Anwar, pleaded not guilty to 4 counts of money laundering. She was accused of receiving 77,000 ringgit in funds that were deposited into Wani Ventures CIMB Islamic Bank Berhad account. She was charged in her capacity as Wani Ventures controller. The court set Salwani's bail at 30,000 ringgit with 2 sureties, ordered her to report to MACC's office once a month, and to surrender her passport to the court. The courts also fixed March 30th for mention. Still on the topic, Deputy Public Prosecutor Wan Shahruddin Waladin said that his team faces an uphill battle in the case. He said this when asked if the prosecution has an ironclad case against the accused couple.
We are having an uphill battle in proving this case because it involves millions of dollars. But we wait and see. We'll try our best to prove our case.
Okay, so this one is just both money laundering under anti-money laundering law.
As of now, here 4 charges. In Shah Alam, for the husband, there's 2 charges. Tomorrow they're going to charge. And in Terengganu, for the wife, there's another 1 charge in Terengganu. We'll be charging on Wednesday.
He added that the prosecution will be transferring all of the cases to Kuala Lumpur in the interest of time. Meanwhile, Hafizuddeain's lawyer Aizul Rohan Anwar told the press that he was only appointed yesterday. He added that he only found out late yesterday that the cases for the couple are all framed under the Anti-Money Laundering, Anti-Terrorism Financing, and Proceeds of Unlawful Activities Act 2001 and none under the MACC Act.
At the moment, there's no predicate offence, so we are just looking into it. We have not scrutinized or analyzed the charges. Like I said, I just received it. So I have to take instructions further from the client. And first things first, I got to represent him and for charging tomorrow. And my friend, Encik Fahmi, will be representing the wife for the next charging in Terengganu. I think both Tan Sri and the wife pleaded not guilty. I believe he will maintain that in respect of the new charges which he will be facing tomorrow as well.
From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us. Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin said it would not be easy for UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi to form a large coalition or grand collaboration to unite all Malay and Islamic parties in Malaysia. This is so long as the party continues its political cooperation with DAP. He told reporters last night that Bersatu will not agree with it as long as UMNO cooperates with DAP. He also questioned if Zahid is now saying that he wants to part ways with Pakatan Harapan. He said the matter must be clarified before any further discussions can take place. Asked about the possibility of meeting Zahid to discuss the issue, Muhyiddin said he remains open to the idea, but stressed that Zahid must first explain the true intention behind the proposed cooperation. He added that a meeting could be held at any time, but he wants to clearly understand what Zahid means by the proposal. Last week, Zahid had tabled a motion for the formation of a grand collaboration at the UMNO General Assembly. However, Zahid stressed that the proposal was subject to one main condition: it must not disrupt or undermine the coalition government led by Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. Moving on to BN, its Secretary General Zamri Abdul Kadir said the MIC is still part of the coalition for now. He said the matter was among those resolved at the BN Supreme Council meeting held last night. He added that the meeting had also accepted the re-entry of PPP into the coalition. Commenting on reports that MIC may leave BN, Zamri said no official notification had been received. He added that they continue to maintain good communication with the party. He said that BN does not consider reports claiming that MIC has exited the coalition as valid unless there is formal confirmation. He stressed that he is confident MIC remains with BN at this point. However, Zamri noted that MIC President S.A. Vigneswaran was unable to attend the meeting due to time constraints, adding that several others were also absent for similar reasons. Previously, sources from Bersatu and Perikatan Nasional had claimed that MIC's application to join the coalition was approved in principle in December. MIC, however, said the letter sent to PN was not an official application to join the coalition, but was intended to obtain preliminary information before the party made any decision. If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe. The Enforcement Agency Integrity Commission has initiated an investigation into the procedures for granting citizenship to 7 heritage players from the National Harimau Malaya squad. A Home Ministry source who requested anonymity told Malaysia Kini that the investigation involves the Football Association of Malaysia and the Immigration Department. The source said that the investigation focuses specifically on the process of granting citizenship to the 7 players. The source added that EAIC has summoned 2 individuals from FAM, including its Secretary General Nur Azman Rahman last week to assist with the investigation. The EAIC has also summoned several officers from the Immigration Department. It is understood that the officers will be giving their statements to the EAIC this week. Malaysia Kini has contacted the EAIC, FAM and Nur Azman for comments and is awaiting replies. The source said the EAIC is also expected to call in representatives from the National Registration Department in the near future to record statements as part of completing the investigation process. The source also disclosed that Home Minister Saifuddin Astion Ismail has been informed about this investigation and had committed to providing full cooperation to EAIC to ensure the integrity of the process. PN has reportedly approved of MIC joining the coalition. According to sources, the decision was reached during a PN Supreme Council meeting held on December 9th last year. It was claimed that the main reason for accepting MIC is to allow PN to attract support from non-Malay voters. However, the source said that the Malaysian Indian People's Party, a new member of PN, disagreed with the decision and asked to defer MIC's entry as the party is still a BN component. Following this, we asked our viewers about PN's election strategy. Here are the results. A majority of voters at 50% support PN's strategy, saying that it is a strategic move to gain non-Malay support. 39% of voters said the strategy could lead to internal conflict and create confusion over the coalition's direction. 7% said that there is potential with the strategy, but said that careful management is needed. What are your thoughts on the matter? Share your views in the comments below. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.